So you want to see how to get your beer less cloudy? Stick around. Hello and welcome to another Beaver DIY day. So you've made your hard apple cider or your Hunter's Dry, and now you need to put it into its second fermentation. So the second fermentation is a process whereby you allow the yeast and everything to settle out without having any of the apple chunks, or in my case the apple puree at the bottom, to interfere with getting the yeast to settle out. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the beer from one container to the other container, or the cider from one container to the other container, by filtering it through a little bag over here. So I've added the bag into the bottle. Everything once again has been sanitized, including the bag. So you'll see the bag is wet currently. It has been sanitized. I also sanitized all the equipment I will be using to do the transfer. So yeah, let's get to the transfer. So this is the beer that we made a couple of days ago. Still nicely wrapped in its blanket. And as you will see, you have your beer on the top starting to clear up, but you have a lot of sediment at the bottom here. So what we need to do is we need to transfer everything and then filter out the sediment as much as we can. So firstly we need to remove our airlock, and once again everything's sanitized. So I'm going to take my airlock, I'm going to put it in my sanitizer solution at the back there. So we're going to allow that to sit in the sanitizer solution, and now we need to start the transfer. So I'll take my hose, I'll put my hose into the one side, I'll take my other hose and I'll put it into the other side, and I need to now transfer from one vessel to the other vessel. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the last little bit through this little sieve here that I've placed inside of the bottle. Don't worry about all the leach at the bottom or all the leftover stuff. That is why we're doing the secondary transfer or the secondary ferment, for allow that to settle out, and then we won't suck up the rest, or else you're going to lose a lot, because currently it's sitting at about 4 liters that we're going to lose. So what I'll do is I'll just pour it over into this, nice and slowly. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to separate the pulp from the vessel. So if you're using a bucket or something with your sieve stretched over the top, you can just remove it quite easily. But in my case, I'm unable to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put something down at the bottom here. It's going to prevent anything from dripping onto my table. And then I'm going to pull this up as hard and as tight as I can, tie a knot in it, and push it down into the bottom of the jar. And then I'm going to once again siphon from the one jar to the other jar. But first I need to wash this jar and get it all sanitized, so there's no ugly buggies or something that went into the ferment. So just make sure if you're using your carboys, this is nice and tight at the top, and no bugs or anything can come in. So this is a quick process. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're back. Now we just need to put something down here to catch some of the drippage. Just going to use a normal towel. We can just put it in the washer when we're done. So let's get all of this at the bottom there. So now what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm going to pull this up as tight as I can to wring out as much as possible of that sediment. I'm going to tie a knot in it, and the top of it like this. Okay, so now that we have that sediment all out, I'm going to drop this into the tank. Like that. I'm going to put a lid back on and get my transfer pipe so I can transfer it back into this vessel over here. So this is my transfer, my vacuum transfer or blower transfer system that I've made myself. This just allows me not to suck on or anything on any of the pipes or whatever, and it makes it easy for me to transfer liquid from one vessel to the other vessel. Okay, so we've transferred it over. I'm just going to pour the last little bit into this jar here, so I can get as much as possible of it out. Okay, so now we're left with all the pulp in the bottom of this carboy, and I'll get it out later on. And then this now needs to go back to ferment for the next couple of days. We'll keep an eye on it, see when everything starts dropping out again, and yeah, so we'll put our lid back on, grab our sanitized bubbler, put it into the top, take our blanket once again, wrap it in a blanket, and put its little poncho over. So now we're just going to leave it for a couple of days, 2 maybe 3 days, allowing the yeast now to settle out, and then we will do our transfer to our bottles. So join me for that episode. If you want to see anything that I used in the video, if you want to see me make it, please just drop a comment down below, and remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.